She survived the Demogorgon. She closed the gate. She fought Vecna and won. 11 has been through literal hell and back multiple times. So when the finale showed her standing in that gate, ready to sacrifice everything, we all assumed she'd make it out alive, right? But what if I told you that the happy ending we saw might be the biggest lie in Stranger Things history? What if 11 actually died in that explosion and everything we saw after was just a beautiful illusion? Today, we're diving deep into the evidence that suggests 11's fate isn't what it seems. Hidden clues, suspicious dialogue, and one scene that changes everything. This is the theory the Duffer Brothers don't want you to think about too deeply. Let's investigate. Let's start by establishing what we saw in the finale. After an epic showdown, Vecna is defeated. Joyce literally axes him to death multiple times. The team escapes the abyss. Murray's timed bomb is about to destroy the Upside Down forever. But there's a problem. Dr. K and the military are waiting. They want 11. They want to restart Brenner's program, create more weapons. The team is captured, but 11? She's standing in the gate, alone. The bomb is ticking, and she makes a choice. She reaches out to Mike one last time, says goodbye, says she loves him, says she'll always be with him. Then, the Upside Down explodes, with 11 still inside. Cut to 18 months later. Everyone has moved on, sort of. Mike is clearly still devastated. The happy revelation. During the final D&D campaign, Mike drops a bombshell theory. He claims 11 isn't dead, that she and Kali, who was supposedly killed earlier, pulled off an elaborate illusion. Kali's power creating illusions, making people see what isn't there. Mike's theory, Kali didn't die. She made 11 invisible, created an illusion of 11 in the gate, then died herself as a distraction. The real 11 escaped and is now living peacefully somewhere remote. The finale even shows us a glimpse of 11 in some serene, mountainous location, living free, happy, safe. The party chooses to believe this story, and the show ends on this hopeful note. Beautiful, right? Everyone gets their happy ending. Except, what if it's all a comforting lie? Mike's entire theory hinges on one critical detail. 11 contacted him psychically to say goodbye. But here's where it falls apart. Throughout Season 5, we learned about psychic dampeners, devices that block powers, and in the finale, they were active around the gate. Mike himself acknowledges this. She was standing in the range of psychic dampeners when she contacted me. But that's impossible, right? If the dampeners block psychic powers, how could 11 contact Mike at all? Mike says this proves Kali created the illusion and 11 wasn't actually in the gate. But there's another explanation. What if 11 contacted Mike before stepping into the dampener zone, said her final goodbye knowing she couldn't escape? That would mean Mike's entire theory is wrong, that 11 did die in that explosion, and Mike is just coping. The Duffer Brothers' intentional ambiguity. And here's the kicker. The Duffer Brothers want you to question this. In interviews, they explicitly said, "We wanted to leave it ambiguous. We wanted the characters and the audience to choose what to believe." Ross Duffer revealed, "There was never a version where 11 was hanging out with the gang at the end." Translation? They're not confirming she's alive. They're letting Mike and us believe in a fantasy. Let's talk about the clues the show planted that foreshadow death. Episode 6, Escape from Camazotz. Kali and 11 pull up to a location in a hearse. A hearse, a vehicle specifically designed to transport the dead to funerals. You could argue it's just convenient transportation, but this is Stranger Things. Nothing is accidental. This show has always used visual metaphors, and having our two potential sacrifices arrive in a death vehicle, that's intentional. The Season 5 trailer used Queen's Who Wants to Live Forever as its soundtrack. Listen to these lyrics. There's no time for us. There's no place for us. Who wants to live forever when love must die? These lyrics aren't just sad, they're prophetic. Who wants to live forever when love must die? That's 11 and Mike. Their love can't survive because she can't have a normal life.
I wish we could stay like this forever.
As long as she exists, she'll be hunted, used, weaponized. The only way to truly be free?
Listen,
Death.
They found us. We can't stay here, not anymore. You have to decide now before it's too late.
Episode 7, The Bridge. Kali tells 11 the hard truth. Normal life isn't an option for people like us. The military will never stop hunting us. Kali proposes they both sacrifice themselves, end the cycle, destroy the Upside Down and themselves so no one can restart Brenner's program. 11 is hesitant, but she agrees. This isn't just talk, this is a pact. Kali dies, or appears to, shot by Lieutenant Akers before 11 kills him. If Kali's death was real, wouldn't that make 11 more determined to follow through on their pact, not less? If Kali truly died to protect her, wouldn't 11 honor that sacrifice by completing the mission? "18 months pass. Not a single person has heard from 11. Mike is devastated. Hopper is heartbroken. Nobody has any evidence she's alive. If 11 were alive and just hiding, wouldn't she have found some way to let Hopper know? Or Joyce? Someone. Hopper tells Mike he has two choices. Keep blaming himself or accept what happened and move on. Accept what happened. Not believe she might be alive. Accept, as in she's gone. Ross Duffer explicitly stated, for the story of Hawkins and the Upside Down to come to a close, 11 had to go away. Notice he didn't say go into hiding, he said go away. Matt Duffer added, she represents the magic of childhood. For our characters to move on, 11 had to go away. This isn't about geographic distance, this is about permanent absence, death. How Mike's theory would work. Let's break down exactly how Mike's theory would work. Step 1. Kali doesn't actually die when shot. She creates an illusion of her death. Step 2. While everyone believes she's dead, Kali uses her powers to make 11 invisible. Step 3. Kali creates a fake 11 standing in the date, an illusion that will die in the explosion. Step 4. Real 11, invisible, escapes. Kali maintains the illusion long enough to sell the death. Step 5. 11 contacts Mike psychically one last time to sell the illusion, makes everyone think she's sacrificing herself. Step 6. Bomb explodes, fake 11 dies, real 11 is long gone. Result? Military stops hunting her because they saw her die. 11 is finally free. The problems with this theory. Sounds perfect, right? Except, problem 1. Kali was shot. We saw blood. We saw 11's grief. If Kali could create illusions of being shot, why didn't she use that power earlier to escape the military? She was held captive for months, used for her blood. If escape was this easy, why wait? Problem 2. The range and duration of Kali's powers. Every time we've seen Kali use her powers, they're close range and temporary. She has to concentrate. The moment she stops, illusions fade. If she's actually dying, blood loss, failing organs, could she really maintain multiple complex illusions? Make herself appear dead, keep 11 invisible, and create a fake 11 in the gate, 3 illusions, while dying for several minutes. That's pushing it. Problem 3. Why would 11 go along with this? 11's entire arc has been about protecting the people she loves. She closes gates, fights monsters, sacrifices herself repeatedly. When Kali proposed they both die to end the cycle, 11 agreed because it was the only way to truly protect everyone. Faking her death might stop the military temporarily, but what if they found out? What if someone discovered she's alive? In Mike's version, 11 is in constant hiding, always looking over her shoulder, never able to contact anyone. That's not freedom, that's prison.
Let's talk about Mike Wheeler. Season 1. 11 disintegrates the Demogorgon. Mike refuses to accept she's gone, keeps searching. He was right that time. She came back, but that created a pattern. Mike doesn't accept loss. He believes, even when evidence says otherwise. Throughout Season 5, Mike obsessively plans their future, college together, normal life, marriage, kids. Everyone else sees it's impossible. Even Hopper tells him it's a fantasy. But Mike doesn't listen, can't listen, because accepting the truth means accepting loss. The stages of grief. Mike is in denial. The 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Mike experiences all of these in the 18-month time jump. Denial. She can't be dead. There has to be an explanation. Anger and bargaining. I should have stopped her. I should have come up with a better plan. Depression. Hopper finds him devastated at the Hawkins Memorial, unable to graduate emotionally. And then he constructs a theory, an explanation that lets her still be alive. But is it acceptance, or is it denial in a new form? Hopper's words: accept what happened. Hopper gives Mike 2 choices. You can keep blaming yourself for what happened, or you can accept what happened and live the life she would have wanted. Hopper doesn't say, believe she's alive. He says, accept what happened. As someone who's lost people, Joyce, for a time, Hopper knows grief. He's telling Mike to grieve, not to construct fantasies. But Mike can't. Instead, he creates a narrative where 11 is alive, just unreachable. That's not acceptance. That's sophisticated denial. The party chooses to believe Mike's theory. And maybe believing in it together, even if it's not true, helps them all heal. But watch their faces carefully. There's doubt, uncertainty. They're choosing to believe, not knowing. There's a difference between she's definitely alive and we choose to believe she's alive. One is truth, the other is comforting fiction.
But let's be fair, there is evidence supporting Mike's theory. Point 1. Kali's powers are proven. Kali's illusion powers are real and powerful. She's made people invisible before, created elaborate false scenarios. If anyone could pull off this deception, it's her. Point 2. The glimpse of 11. The finale shows us a brief glimpse, 11 in a beautiful, remote location. Waterfalls, mountains, peace. Why show this if it's not real? Why give us this image? The Duffers could have ended with the party grieving, but they showed us this, a possibility, a hope. Point 3. 11 has escaped death before. 11 has died before and returned. Season 1 disintegrates with the Demogorgon, presumed dead, comes back. Season 3 nearly dies multiple times, loses her powers, survives. Season 4 fights Vecna while thousands of miles away, pushes her powers to the limit, survives. She's a survivor. Why would this time be different? Point 4. The Duffers deliberately made this ambiguous. Matt Duffer. We wanted to give the characters and audience a dream to believe in. If they wanted us to know she died, they'd have shown it definitively. They didn't. They left it open, and that means both interpretations are valid. Point 5. Thematic appropriateness. Stranger Things has always been about belief. Season 1, Joyce believes Will is alive. Everyone thinks she's crazy. She's right. The show rewards faith, rewards hope, rewards refusing to accept the worst. Having 11 actually be alive would fit that theme perfectly. Section 7. The final verdict. What do we believe? Weighing the evidence. So, what's the truth? The evidence for death. Symbolic foreshadowing. Kali's limited power range. The Duffers saying she had to go away. Hopper's language about acceptance. The impossibly long silence. The evidence for life. Kali's proven illusion powers. The glimpse of 11 alive. Her history of surviving. The show's themes about belief and hope. The deliberate ambiguity. Both sides have merit, but here's what I think. The uncomfortable truth. I think 11 died. Not because I want to believe that, but because the story demands it. 11's entire journey has been about sacrifice, about protection, about making impossible choices so others can live freely. From the scared girl in Season 1 to the woman who chooses her own fate in Season 5. She made a pact with Kali. She agreed to end the cycle, even if it meant her death. And 11 always follows through. Mike's theory? It's beautiful. It's hopeful. It's what we all want to be true. But it's also too convenient, too perfect, too much like a fantasy. Hopper told Mike to accept what happened, not to believe in miracles. Acceptance means she's gone, and sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let go. The Duffers' intent, your choice. But here's the beautiful thing about this ending. The Duffers gave us a choice. They're not forcing a definitive answer. They're letting you decide what you believe. You can believe Mike, believe in the illusion, believe 11 is out there living peacefully. Or you can accept she made the ultimate sacrifice to save everyone she loved. Neither is wrong, neither is right. It's your choice. That's what makes this ending brilliant and frustrating and perfect.
So, did 11 really die in Stranger Things? The clues suggest yes. The hope suggests maybe. The truth, we'll probably never know for sure. And maybe that's okay. Because whether she's dead or alive, one thing is certain. 11 chose her fate. For the first time in her life, she wasn't someone else's weapon. She wasn't controlled. She made her own choice. And the people she saved, they get to live. They get to grow up. They get to be free. That's heroic, whether she survived it or not. What do you believe? Did 11 survive? Or is Mike living in denial? Drop your theory in the comments. Tell me which clues convinced you. Are you team alive or team sacrifice? If this video made you see the ending differently, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the theories, mysteries, and hidden details you might have missed. Stranger Things may be over, but the theories, they're just beginning. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the questions are more powerful than the answers.